The break is presented by Browning Trail Cameras. You've got to see this. Closed captioning is brought to you by Alps Outdoors. This week on The Break.
Jeremy Mills has been a team member of The Break since before we started airing on television in 2014. Since then, just about every conversation with Jeremy includes the Big 8. Jeremy and his son Landon have been on a 4-year quest to tag this buck, so hopefully this will be the year they get it done.
All right, tonight I'm going after this Big 8. He's been running every deer off up on this ridge top.
Jeremy's son Landon has been deer hunting since he could handle a crossbow, and he was successful right out of the gate with a doe or two early in his hunting career.
Smacked her good. What do you think? Set your bow down there.
Jeremy has 2 goals every season. The first, getting Landon tagged out. The second is to find a specific buck to hunt each year and wrap his tag around him.
This is my 2016 muzzleloader hunt kill here.
There's a lot of work involved when it comes to finding a mature buck, holding him on your property, and then finally taking him, right? We all know this. The catch is, you actually have to do the work that it takes. Finding time is a struggle for most of us with our jobs and family, but Jeremy finds time to put in the work to be a successful deer hunter, and he's also teaching Landon that hard work eventually pays off. An important part of finding a mature buck is running trail cameras. This is where the Big 8 comes into play. Jeremy has gotten hundreds of pictures of the Big 8 over the years, but he got his first look at him on a hunt for a buck he called Houdini back in 2013.
Here in Ohio, it's legal to bait deer, and we use corn kind of throughout the year, get trail camera pictures, kind of get deer pattern, get an inventory of what we got on the farm. So we're going to get some corn out. We're going to dump a couple bags of corn, get that in the clearing so we can try to draw him out. Busted Houdini. Crash, baby. 150-inch, 155-inch 10 point. We just smoked him. October the 10th, 11th, I don't know what day it is. It's Friday. Oh, perfect night. Oh my God. Yes. Oh, wow. I just put it right in the pump station. The deer is down. Oh, thank God. Yes. Oh. Oh my God.
The Big 8 was still a young buck back then, but Jeremy knew he'd be atop the hit list in the next year or two.
We're in the stand tonight. You're gonna notice some background music. PA system, a lot of noise. There is a wedding down at the barn. Got an old bank barn that's a wedding venue. But tonight is the night. This deer's coming in. So I skirted around the hillside. Was able to get up here. So I'm patiently waiting. It's a noisy night up here though. So we'll see if that wedding affects what we're doing up here. I sure hope not, but I think the deer are used to it. So we shall see.
For as long as I can remember, the Browning name has meant something to people in the outdoors. So when I went looking for a trail camera that I could depend on, there was only one name that came to mind: Browning Trail Cameras. So if you're looking for a trail camera that's easy to use, is unbelievably reliable, and takes amazing pictures and videos, there's only one brand that I trust: Browning Trail Cameras.
Browning Speed combines advanced fabrics, tailored fit, and innovative camouflage. Hunt harder, faster, and stronger than ever. Speed, killer clothing.
This segment is brought to you by HHA Sports.
Jeremy and his son Landon are on a 4-year quest for the Big 8.
Okay, it's October the 29th. Me and Landon have just got into his site right now. He is in the killing tree here. Being a late October, we're going to get out into the bag of tricks here and do a little bit of light rattling and see if we can get something stirred up. But it's a good front. It's about 40 degrees. Should be a good night, so stay with us.
In 2017, Landon had to make his first deer hunting decision: pass a nice buck and wait for the Big 8, or take the biggest buck he's ever had in front of him.
Deer have a shot. Yeah. Nice and easy. Let's go. What do you think, dude? Let's go, baby. Dude, let's go. You hit him good. Yeah. Today's October 29th, and we just shot this deer. He's an 8-point. He's been coming in all summer, and we think we've hit him a little bit high, and we're going to try to find the blood trail.
Me and Landon went hunting last night. He had a nice 8-point buck come in. Broadside shot was 40 yards, but unfortunately this buck was able to duck the shot some. But with our angle, I think he should be pretty safe. But we tracked it for about 50 yards yesterday and then backed out on it just to be safe. He had school this morning, so I told him when it made light this morning that I would be out here looking for this deer he shot. So I'm hoping to find this thing not too far from where we left off last night. Got a pretty good idea where this deer's headed to, so we'll just pick up where we left off and hopefully find this buck. He's going to be tickled to death if we find this thing. It's his biggest buck to date. So. All right, so like I was saying earlier, come in here, gonna look for Landon's deer. He shot it last night. We followed it for roughly about 50 yards. We were finding just small traces of blood. We went back to the house, watched the video on TV. We could tell he hit it good. We're wanting to play it safe, so we backed out with a small trace of blood. We just decided to back out. It was a school night. He went to school this morning. I told him I was going to do my best to see if I could find this buck for him today. So I got in the quad, come out here this morning, and started driving around the field edge before I started getting on foot. Literally probably 60, maybe 70 yards from where we left off last night, and I feel horrible now that it's just laying here in the field, but it's dead. So it's a good ethical shot. He is going to be pumped when he gets out of school today and he finds out that we were able to find his deer for him. Oh, that is going to make one happy little boy. Looky there, looky there. Another fine Ohio whitetail hitting the dirt. Oh boy, he is going to be so pumped. Congratulations, Landon Mills. Tagged out October the 30th here in Ohio. Wow, so proud of this kid. All right, here we are with Landon's recovery on his first big buck he shot. This deer came in last night chasing a doe and then stopped for a little bite to eat there at the Banks feeder, which put him broadside for him. 40-yard shot that we've practiced many a times. This deer give him the opportunity. He squeezed an arrow off in there. He was definitely surprised when the teacher called his name to be a pickup student instead of riding the bus today. He knew what happened there. He knew old Dad had found the deer for him, so worked out good. Tickled to death. It looks like I'm gonna have a taxidermy bill this time, don't I? Proud to have it in the house, though, buddy.
Our veterans and those currently serving have selflessly volunteered for duty and risked their lives for the benefit of all Americans. With this in mind, the Niestedt Foundation was established to show gratitude for these individuals by providing the opportunity to participate in unbelievable outdoor experiences. Each event we organize is strongly rooted in our 4 guiding principles: respect, integrity, connecting individuals, and empowerment. Visit Niestedt.org to discover how you can create a brighter America for those who have sacrificed so much.
This segment is brought to you by Mech Outdoors, Extreme Blower Products, and these fine sponsors.
All right, tonight, I'm going after this big 8. He's been running every deer off up on this ridge top. I'm gonna go up there tonight and hunt him. He's been coming in about every evening. This should be a good night. We got a cold front moving in. Everything's ready to go. Got the stand hung in there this morning. Went in there and hung it. So it's gonna be a quick set. I'm only gonna get about 2 hours in. Just finished up my son's football game, coaching that. So not got a lot of time, but this is a close set. I can get in there. Trail cameras show me that he's not getting in there until about 7 o'clock in the evening. So I've got about 2 hours. So I'm gonna head up there right now. Stay with me. This is gonna be a really good hunt.
You're gonna notice some background music, PA system, a lot of noise. There is a wedding down at the barn. Got an old bank barn that's a wedding venue. But tonight is the night. This deer's coming in. So I skirted around the hillside. Was able to get up here. So I'm patiently waiting. It's a noisy night up here though. So we'll see if that wetting affects what we're doing up here. I sure hope not, but I think the deer are used to it. So we shall see. Come back, old buddy. What a giant. What a giant, folks. That's why we hunt. And he's gone.
Can you imagine how frustrated Jeremy probably is? You've hunted this buck for 3 or 4 years. He shows up, but behind you, way out of bow range and walking away. On top of all that, you've got a wedding reception going on just a few hundred yards away, so there's all kinds of commotion. The only thing you can cling to is hope. Hope that the buck isn't spooked by the wedding, hope that he turns back and comes into the feed, and hope that it all happens before dark. May not be likely, but it's possible, I suppose.
It is an absolutely beautiful night out here. About 55 degrees. No wind. Love this stuff.
It's summertime. That means it's time to get your Browning trail cameras out to start taking an inventory of the bucks you'll be hunting this fall. Now, everybody knows Browning trail cameras are great, so today I wanted to talk about some of their accessories, in particular the field mount. The field mount is all steel construction, allows you to mount 2 cameras, each on its own gimbal, which allows you to point the camera exactly where it needs to be. The field mount with 2 cameras is the perfect application for my current setup. I've got a long, narrow food plot, and as you can see behind me, I have no tree to hang the camera on the edge of the food plot. The solution is to set the field mount in the middle of the field and angle the cameras to cover both ends of the food plot. If you'd like more information on the Browning Trail Cameras field mount or any of their other accessories, visit browningtrailcameras.com. I'm Derek Dernberger at The Break. Thanks for watching.
Banks Outdoors is the place that connects family.
Oh my God. Thank you. Yeah. That was unreal.
This is the place that connects friends.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, you did it. What a phenomenal story.
This is the place that brings excitement.
3, bro. You got
Most importantly, this is the place where memories are made.
Buddy. Dad, I will never forget this moment.
Neither will I, buddy. Neither will I.
Why do I shoot in Indian Creek? It's deader than a hammer. Indian Creek once again.
This segment is brought to you by Bison Coolers.
It is an absolutely beautiful night out here. About 55 degrees. No wind. Love this stuff. Here he comes, folks. is down, folks. I just smoked the big 8. I've been after this deer for 4 years. He is down. Whew. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I cannot believe this. I've got so many pictures, so much history of this deer. This is probably one of the most rewarding deer hunts I've ever had in my life. Phenomenal. Oh my God. Thank you, God.
All right, folks, this is the morning after my hunt that I successfully took this buck down. We just call him the Big 8. Me and my son have been chasing this deer for 4 seasons. I figure this deer is at least 6.5, maybe 7.5 years old. Just an old Ohio brute. A lot of mass, good character, nice wide deer. We haven't put the tape measure on him yet to see what he scores out at, but it doesn't matter to me. He's just an old mature whitetail that I was just tickled to death to have a season after season relationship with this deer. I mean, at times I felt he was hunting me. I know he was. I mean, he had me scouted out, and I changed things up completely this season. I've got a wedding venue. You'll hear in the background a lot of the footage. You'll hear the hooting and hollering. You know, everything told me there was a lot to talk me out of hunting this deer this season, especially last night. But I did get a trail camera photo of him in the morning that he was in there in daylight, and I was pretty confident he'd come back in the evening. Like I said, from this wedding venue, about 300 yards away, maybe 400 yards away, you'll hear the beats in the background and the people hooting and hollering. I'd almost got out of my stand just because I'm starting to lose my confidence. He'd come in at 5:30 in the evening, and then later on that night come back about an hour and a half later, approximately. He come in, bumping does, just tending to some does. He's starting to work these does October 12th, I believe it was. So I'm super excited, put a shot on him, dropped him. One of the most rewarding deer I've ever hunted in my life, and I'm just tickled to be a part of this deer and keep him here at the farm and move on to next season, and hopefully put my son Landon on another Ohio giant here.